Hello. After all these years, we are rolling on this trail talk today.
We
Welcome.
didn't get 5 minutes in.
That's right. Yeah.
5 seconds.
Exactly. Welcome to Trail Talk. I'm Edie.
And I'm Mary.
And we are live at the Chisholm Trail Heritage Center in Duncan, Oklahoma, with the last episode of Oklahoma State Symbols and Emblems. Give it up.
We made it.
Oklahoma Historical Society, you have been the bomb for having all of this information available.
Yes.
And then it's just been so fun chasing all of these things and getting
Going down those holes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been pulling her back.
Exactly. Yeah. She not an exaggeration. Okay. So without further ado, let's just jump in on this. The first one is our state waltz, which I bet you didn't even know we had one, but we do.
That's right.
It was written by Dr. Dale Smith and became the official waltz of Oklahoma in 1982. So been a hot minute. This is actually Dr. Smith and his daughter, Jacqueline, I believe was her name, performing the song together.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell by the expression on her face that it's a serious song. She is
thrilled to be there.
Yeah, glad. I mean, I'm going to share some of the lyrics. We did listen to it earlier on YouTube, and I really want to encourage you to look this song up on YouTube. With this picture,
it will stay here.
Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful song.
Yes.
Yeah,
maybe that's what it is. She was being touched.
I think so. I think I'll be honest with you. I had just about that same haircut about 1982, 1983-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of sporting that same do.
That was the time.
So yeah, same, like kind of, I had ruffle neck, like
the
I'm not kidding.
tie and
Yeah. So this is called a Western style lament of the plight of Native Americans, entitled Oklahoma Wind. So it does have a serious message.
Yes, it does.
It's a serious message.
Right.
But the chorus says, Oklahoma wind, waltz me back home again, back where a friend is a friend, Oklahoma wind. And talks about an ancient sunrise, lightning, men and spirits, came riding by on the land that was taken by you and I in the wind. And he lyrically uses the wind repeatedly.
Right.
And I mean, hey, if you're from Oklahoma, you know exactly what
drive our stakes into the land that was willing.
Yes, exactly. To give us a place in the wind. And then this last verse really hit home for me, because in our Let's Talk About It theme, we have been reading books all about the Dust Bowl days. And I just don't think I ever fully understood what the people endured
during that time.
But he says, was the year of 35, hardly nothing was left alive, except the will of a few that made her survive in the wind. And now she's blowing across the plain o'er the hills of golden grain. Everybody knows she's alive again in the wind. Literally, the dirt, the soil was killed.
Yes.
It was destroyed. And the wind was it was crazy. And then there was another severe drought and windstorm thing in the 50s. So this is the history of Oklahoma, and he wrote it beautifully in a waltz, which dancing to a waltz has always been my favorite.
It's graceful. It's a graceful.
It is.
Kind of like you're floating.
Yes, exactly. And my husband was kind enough to, when I was going to my Jubilee year, and I had all these bucket list items. One of them was dance lessons, and we learned to waltz, which I already knew how to waltz. He learned how to waltz so he could waltz with me. And I mean, it just takes me a little, I just have to count 1, 2, 3 in his ear.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
all.
That's it.
That's all.
That's it.
Yeah, it help, or say left, right, left, or right, left,
Yeah,
and
whichever way.
yeah. So
Right, yeah.
anyway, you missed that Christy was waltzing off camera, but she and I could waltz together, and
And I
neither
could
of us would
count.
have to
I
count.
guess I count.
think.
I
Yeah.
recorded.
Anyway, thank you, Dr. Smith, for writing this beautiful song,
Mhm.
this beautiful waltz.
Yes.
So we're gonna move on now to the inspirational song, which is I Can Only Imagine. So this song, I selected this is a scene from the movie I Can Only Imagine that was made based on Bart Millard's life. And this is Amy Grant. I don't know if you got viewers know Amy Grant, long
She was back in
time.
the 90s.
Yes,
She had
just
some
I love her
Mhm.
voice. But somewhere in this audience is my daughter-in-law Camille and one of her friends. They were extras in the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
little side note there.
Yeah. So a little shout out to Camille today.
That's right.
Yeah, and I don't know if she's in
Right,
this part.
yes.
Yeah, but anyway, she was in this scene from the movie.
All right.
So,
Awesome.
so Governor Mary Fallon signed the bill declaring Mercy Me's multi-platinum hit, I Can Only Imagine, the official state inspirational song.
That was just recently. It hasn't been too long ago.
No, it hasn't. I mean, Mary Fallon was, let's see, it was in the 2000s.
2003 is when the song went mainstream.
Yeah. Anyway, does it have the
2017 is when the movie wrapped.
so anyway, the Bart Millard was living in Oklahoma in the 90s. And he wrote the song, and so it kind of has a little bit of a tie to the state. He was the lead singer in the band Mercy Me. They're a Christian band,
Kind of Christian,
pop
yeah, pop.
kind of band.
Mhm.
I don't know, it's hard to put your finger on it, but anyway, their songs are a lot of really worship songs. But the movie was a huge hit. The song was just an amazing hit as well. Dennis Quaid played his dad in the movie, and so there were some big name performers in it. Yeah. And yeah, Cloris Leachman, I forgot about her. But the film utilized the Oklahoma Film Enhancement Rebate Program and created more than 340 local jobs throughout the production's nearly 270-day stint in Oklahoma. So the movie was predominantly filmed in Oklahoma.
Right.
And in different communities, Oklahoma City, Jones, El Reno, Yukon, Del City, and Bethany, with a direct in-state spend totaling over $4 million. So they could have been one of the early movies. Since then, several movies have been filmed here in Oklahoma.
Right, and even the shows like Tulsa King.
Yes, yeah.
They did that one season.
Exactly. So anyway, thank you to Mercy Me for choosing Oklahoma to be the place where this movie was produced. And I'm glad that Mary Fallon, kind of was able to thank them in this way and to choose a truly an inspirational song as an inspiration song for our state. The lyrics just talk about being in heaven and imagining what that will be like. And so it is just a great song. And so there you have the Oklahoma inspirational song. All right, next we have our land run song called the Oklahoma Run. Now, when I say that it's difficult to find information about some of these symbols and emblems sometimes, this is one of those. I could not definitively find a picture of Harold Fletcher the man who
Composed
wrote,
it.
composed the song in 1972. And it was written for a documentary on Bryant Baker's bronze pioneer woman statue, which was unveiled on April 22nd, 1930. So this was kind of a, you know,
Which is their
nod
Ponca
back,
City.
yeah, in Ponca City. But the Land Run song, as I read through the lyrics, I realized that, or I'm almost 100% sure, my kids learned this song when they were in elementary, back when fourth grade was the grade that learned about the Land Run. Now it's third grade that does that. But I can remember them singing this in their little outfits
Their
at Land
pioneer-
Run
their
Day.
pioneer outfits,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. And now, I mean, I don't know, viewers, if you're aware, but they don't do that. They don't have little Land Run activities at schools. It's very rare for a school to host that kind of an event. And so when we teach an entire Land Run lesson here, it's one little part of our day, and that's a picture that we have included for this, but
It's our Land Run.
yeah, but this was considered and adopted on in 2009 as our state Land Run song. And just a little thing to point out.
Yes.
We are the only state that can have a Land Run song because we're the only state where land runs happened. Land was given away to people all across the United States.
Land Run was never the only way it was given away here.
In Oklahoma, it's unique to Oklahoma. There were 5 land runs here, and this is the only state that happened. So kind of
our thing.
yeah, we're
Sorry.
kind of, yeah.
Everybody else, you can't have it.
Yeah, exactly. But it goes right through the date, April 22nd, spring of 89.
Settlers by the thousands.
Yep, and then they came from all directions, run in the Oklahoma run. 50,000 people are waiting for the gun for land, Oklahoma land. They came out here to the last frontier across the Cimarron to run. And it tells the story of the unassigned lands that were a part, or that were, as a matter of fact, I have a little handy dandy map here. I'm gonna whip this out for you and show you that this is the Indian Territories, and the unassigned lands is this area right here. And this is the
first land run. Roughly
2 million acres of land, thousands and thousands, they say 50,000 plus families showed up for that. And they gave all of that land away on April the 22nd, 1889. So it's historically accurate, the song is, and a great way to teach kids,
right?
You know, a little elevator speech.
Right. They can kind of, some people learn better by lyrics and putting it to music, or, you know, mnemonics, things like that. Different people learn different ways.
Right.
This is a good way for kids to remember that.
Yes, I totally agree. And I think that if I were to ask my daughter, she could probably sing the whole thing start to finish right now, because that's how she is. Okay. So thank you. Dr. He was the Oklahoma Christian University Professor Emeritus of Music. And so thank you, Dr. Fletcher, for composing this song, The Oklahoma Run. I always kind of like it. I watched a documentary recently about songwriters. And the thing was, you have to be very brief and to the point when you write a song to tell the whole story from start to finish.
Yeah,
you got like 3 minutes, you know, and
like you said, an elevator speech.
Exactly. And so, I mean, it's so, you know, it's not just clever, it's thoughtful, and you have to be able to discern what the
outline is very precise.
Yes. And what is the most important thing. And then you have to make it easy,
Catchy.
yeah, catchy and easy to remember. So I really love things like this. So anyway, shout out for that, and shout out to our little runners who are from, do we remember where?
White bead.
Oh, White Bead. These are our White Bead
Participants in their
land run kiddos. We love it that they dressed
In
up.
motion.
Yeah. All right, now our Oklahoma State's rock song. I promised in the promotion that there was going to be a little controversy. Here we are.
We've arrived.
Yes. Okay. So the Flaming Lips have a song called Do You Realize Now?
They're in Oklahoma
Do
based.
you realize that they are from Oklahoma?
Mhm.
I mean, that was a little too much probably on my part. I apologize for that. But they're an alternative rock band. And in 2009, they were this song was selected as our Oklahoma State rock song. Now, there were other songs that were also on the list. I'm going to mention a few of them here.
Suggested to be the rock
Yeah.
song.
Other finalists included Heartbreak Hotel, co-written by Mae Axton,
Which
while they were living right here in Duncan,
Mhm.
recorded by Elvis Presley. Let's Have a Party, recorded by Wanda Jackson, also from Oklahoma. Walk, Don't Run, which it was recorded by the Ventures, which included Oklahoman Noki Edwards, which we might know a little bit more about if this song was selected. To be picked up. I'm not familiar at all. After Midnight, written and recorded by Oklahoman J.J. Cale and re-released by Eric Clapton. After Midnight. I'm not
She
gonna lie,
knows
that
that.
would have been a good
She
one.
knows that one.
Yeah. Never Been to Spain by Hoyt Axton, but I've been to Oklahoma. And made famous by Three Dog Night, and then Home Sweet Oklahoma, written and recorded by Leon Russell. I mean, this list has a lot of good choices. Oklahoma by The Call, which included Oklahomans Michael Bean and Scott Music, and Move Along by Oklahoma band The All-American Rejects. Okay, I'm learning some of these bands are from Oklahoma that I did not know were from Oklahoma. And Endless Oklahoma Sky by John Moreland and the Black Gold Band, also from Oklahoma. So, I mean, that was a pretty good list of songs. Many of them actually about Oklahoma. And
all of them having ties in one way or other.
I'm just gonna say that reading the lyrics to this song, I was looking for more of a tie to Oklahoma. But anyway, so it was decided we needed a rock song and a career that spanned 3 decades of musical achievement with 3 Grammy wins. The Flaming Lips is one of Oklahoma's most successful groups, and they stayed in Oklahoma. That's probably the most unique thing, is they actually lived here in Oklahoma. As a matter of fact, there's a book called Boomtown that is written about Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder up, baby, tonight. I just thought of this. I didn't plan this, okay? But anyway, the guy that wrote that, the Boomtown book, moved to Oklahoma City to acquaint himself with the area. And it's a very good book. But he became friends with Wayne Point, the lead singer of the Flaming Lips. And he's quoted a number of times in the story. In the book. It's a really good book. It's nonfiction. It's a nonfiction book. Anyway, so this song was written, composed and written by some of the members of the band. They were given a standing ovation by the full Senate after the resolution was adopted. Very excited. Point said, "It's phenomenal. It really is. People will remark sometimes how much the Flaming Lips have done for Oklahoma, but really think it's the other way around. I don't know if we would be perceived the same if we hadn't been from Oklahoma. What would the Flaming Lips be if they didn't come from Oklahoma? It's like Santa Claus coming from the North Pole. I love that. I'm thinking this guy is all about our state. And so I
Right.
really love that. So they adopted, in 2009, this becomes our state rock song. And there was a state, it was, I can't remember if he was a senator or a representative. I think he was Representative Joe Dorman from Rush Springs. He had some comments about this, and he says, you know, just talking about how this has really kind of raised attention to Oklahoma.
Right.
Got, you know, we got some attention for some things. So then in 2011,
Controversy.
yeah, here it comes. Brace yourselves. In 2011, Mary Fallon is elected. Let's see, as governor. She was elected governor. And she opted. Okay, so Governor Brad Henry was in office when this song was selected.
Right.
So the way it is set up, a new governor has 90 days of taking office to approve executive orders issued by the preceding governor. I find that to be very interesting that another governor could come in. It was 2 years later. And so when she took office, she did not approve the official rock song. So it expired. So this was our official state rock song for 2 years. Yeah. So her spokesperson said, in Fallon's first 3 months, her administration was trying to focus on their priorities, and the state rock song simply wasn't one of them. But Representative Dorman felt otherwise. What happened was, I need to find what the story.
He thought it was a political move.
Yeah, he thought it was a political move because
Carried out by the will of people.
right, maybe it's on this next. No, okay, so what happens is, why can't I find this? I want to be sure I get this right. One of the band members showed up for this when the resolution was decided and everything, and he was wearing a t-shirt that had a hammer and sickle on it. Do you see that?
I'm looking.
Why can't I find this? This is kind of a big deal as far as this story goes. Okay. Oh, right here. Because the Lips bassist Michael Ivins, it's in blue on my page. No wonder I couldn't find it. Wore a t-shirt bearing the hammer and sickle symbol of communism to a photo op at the Capitol. So, I mean, I kind of, that was probably not like the best decision he ever made.
Was that on?
I will say that there was a time when socialism and communism was kind of on the rise in Oklahoma's history. The Green Corn Rebellion, read about that. I mean, that's a whole thing about that time. Plus the, who's the governor. Anyway, he was 100% into socialism, and he despised Roosevelt and the New Deal and Franklin Roosevelt, and so he was just a whole thing. So I mean, I don't know why, but this t-shirt thing crossed a line for Governor Fallon, and so she just revoked essentially this moment in
Mhm.
Oklahoma.
Right.
As far as our symbols and emblems go. And to this day, we do not have a rock song. So viewers, let's pick one.
That's right.
Let's pick a rock song
That's right.
and write up something and send it to our congressional members
Mhm.
and ask them to make a new
Reinitiate. Right.
Oklahoma rock
That's right.
song.
We need one.
We do. I
We
feel
have a
like
waltz, we have a rock, we have a folk, we have
the
country, we
very
have
same,
a land run song.
exactly, the very same argument that had this
Mhm.
happening in the first place.
Exactly right.
I will say I found a picture of the Flaming Lips. And so they are a little alt
They're an alternative
in their
rock band.
alternative
I
rock
mean,
band.
yeah.
This is the guys.
But they're
So
still-
anyway, but they are no longer they're no longer representing Oklahoma in this way, even though
Right.
they're still from Oklahoma.
That's right.
But the song itself is it seems like it's talking about appreciating the time. Like, do you realize you should appreciate the things that are happening right now.
And life goes fast.
Yes,
One
instead of saying your goodbyes, let them know you realize life goes
Mhm.
fast. It's hard to make the good things last. You realize the sun doesn't go down. It's just an illusion caused by the world spinning around, which
Mhm.
I think is a cool lyric.
Mhm.
That is so cool because
Right.
that's exactly,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
It
the
is.
sun
Yeah.
stays where it is.
Exactly.
Anyway, so do you realize has some great lyrics. Shout out to the Flaming
That's right.
Lips for all the great words. And how about those Oklahoma state symbols and emblems? Give it up. Let's give it up for that list. That
We have
amazing
completed it.
list. Yes, we made
I don't
it.
know how many we had total, but we had a lot.
Yeah, I counted them one time. I've forgotten. And I
So-
mean, do you count the rock song? We included it.
I say yes.
It's not there anymore. It's a part of our
It's-
history.
that's right.
It's a part
If
of
we
our
were in
history.
2009, it would be.
Exactly. So we will be moving onward and upward with new, fresh material. Not sure what that's going to be just yet, but we'll find something.
We'll find something, I'm sure.
And so thanks for joining us today, guys. We'll see you next time.
Happy
Happy trails. We're dragging it out because
Because the last one, you know?
Yeah, it's the very last one.
No, we just keep going. Down there at the bottom.
The X to the right.